What's going on, guys? This is Damien from The Lookout and I am here with your ultimate guide for playing Godku, the set 2 Red Goku leader. But before we begin, two things. First off, we give away codes on every single Fusion World video. We give away 2 codes to 1 lucky winner. All you got to do is be a subscriber, hit that like button and leave a comment. And then at the end of the next Fusion World video, we will be picking a lucky winner. And guys, I'm happy to announce that once product hits by the end of May, we will be giving away set 2 codes. We will be giving away set 2 codes to our subscribers. Currently it's just for set 1, but around the 20th we'll be giving you set 2 codes as well. And of course, a huge shout out to the Coffee Club, our lovely patrons. These are our $2 and up patrons that buy us coffee. They keep this crazy content grind going. And guys, thanks out for your support. If you wish to join the Coffee Club, link to a Patreon is in the description below. And I think that's about everything. Roll the video! As with all of our videos, let's start with a breakdown. So this is your ultimate guide to Red Tournament of Power Goku or Godku. I'm gonna give you an archetype breakdown. I'll show you some lines of play, various interactions, I'll show you a deck list, and then we're just gonna be wrapping this up with a summary. Let's go! Let's start with the leader. This is gonna be a very brief one. So this is yet another Red Goku leader. So I'm starting to get the feeling that red is just gonna be Tournament of Power the color. That's the feeling that I have at the moment. It's very standard, you draw an attack, but this guy awakens at 3 or less. You draw a card and you flip him over. This is interesting because we didn't get any crit leaders in this set, but we did get leaders which awaken at 3 or less, which makes me believe that maybe going forward we'll have like leaders that awaken normally and then more powerful ones which will have something that hinders them a bit or slows them down or something, but then they're crazy once they awaken. On the awakened side, our leader is phenomenal. Like, he's really phenomenal. So 20k, attack, draw a card, standard, and now he has this ability. Activate main once per turn, pay 1 and discard a card from your hand. Play up to 1 battle card with 20k power or less and Tournament of Power in its special traits from your hand. So for 1 energy, you get to cheat out something. The effect is very restrictive though, it has to be Tournament of Power, so there is some restriction here. Though if we continue getting Tournament of Power cards in red, which might be red's identity, we will see in the next set, this is gonna be like a very low restriction. Now that we have seen all of the cards, let's evaluate this leader. In this part of the video we'll be talking about the archetype. So here's how it works. The whole archetype revolves around a few things: your leader's ability, power and trait. So as you saw, your leader's ability is to cheat out something, so a viable target is this Gohan. So he has circled up 20k power or less, but this one has 20, and you check down, he has Tournament of Power trait. So activate main once per turn, you can pay 1, discard 1, and you can cheat this Gohan into play for just 1 energy and a card instead of paying 3. Okay, so let's check out some good targets in the archetype. First, we have Kefla SR, which is an absurd card because when you play her, you draw a card and you get to play a 3 cost or less Tournament of Power card from your hand. There is a combo, we will be going over it soon. Then you have like Gohan, which just necks something for 15 when he attacks. You have Ribrienne, which is just a 20k double striker. So when you look at her, you might be like, well, I'm not paying 4 for a 20k double striker, but you're not paying 4, you're paying 1 for 20k double. That's pretty good. And there is this Gohan, this is a new promo card. If your leader is awakened, this card gets plus 20 power. So he's 40k for a single energy when you use your leader's ability. So we don't really have any bad targets. The archetype is filled with amazing targets. Most of them are just decent at worst, but some of them, like these couple of ones, are really really amazing. Now let's talk a bit about various strategies in the deck. So first off, let's start with the main thing that you want to do, Kefla plus Android 17. So this is the combo that makes the deck really worth playing. You cheat out Kefla with your leader's ability, and then you cheat out Android for free. And Android says, permanent, your leader with Universe 7 in its trait gets plus 5k power. Goku has Universe 7, he's 25k both on offense and defense. And the Android has another permanent, if your leader is awakened, this card can be KO'd by skills of your opponent's battle cards. Yeah, you just don't switch this guy into rest mode, you just keep him up in active mode, he gives plus 5k to your leader, your opponent can't KO him with battle cards, so he either needs to bounce him, bottom deck him, do something if he's blue, or rest him and attack into him if he's yellow, or somehow kill him if he's red, which can be done with Beerus, for example. But anyway, the main strategy is cheat out Kefla with your leader's ability and then use her ability to cheat out Android 17. Once we get this combo looping, that's a bit of a stretch. Basically, once we get it going, we can start repeating it every single turn if we need to. Then we go to aggro our opponent. That's the other part of the strategy. Establish yourself and then start aggroing. We have a solid number of strong battle cards to pressure our opponent with, especially when the first one that we play in a turn costs only 1. So again, you have Ribrianne, you have the Gohans, one is 20k, gives minus 15 to something, the other one is 40k. You even have the scale, which is 35k during your turn, so 1 energy, 35k single strike. And the entire time, you are hiding behind the 25k baseline leader. Like, the strategy is really strong once it gets going. However, we need to get to free energy, so our early game strategy is to awaken as fast as possible. Luckily, this deck runs an amazing lineup of self-awakeners. Absolutely amazing lineup. First, Roshi, the standard, then Hit, but you also have a Caulifla, which is 20k crit self-awakener, which is in the archetype, because she is Tournament of Power. So yeah, now you have a 1 cost and 2 cost self-awakeners, which is amazing. One of them negging something by 5, the other one just being a critical threat. Phenomenal. And you also run Basil as your other 1-drop, because Basil is a tutor. He looks at top 5 and he gets you a Tournament of Power card. So yeah, the goal is to awaken as fast as possible, because we need to drop to 3 lives, and to find Kefla and Android 17 ASAP, which Basil can help us do. Okay guys, it's Decklist time. So I'm here once again with Deck Planet, the best deck builder in the world. Like, there's literally no reason to go to any other site to build the decks. Like, Deck Planet has everything for Fusion World Masters, One Piece and Star Wars. But here we are with Fusion World, and this deck list it's not optimized, it's not the perfect build, it's just here to give you like a general idea what's happening. So there is room to change, and I expect it to change a lot by the time that the perfect version is discovered. However, let's go through it. So, 1-drops, Basil and Roshi. Basil to tutor, Roshi to take a life. You can technically take out something and squeeze in another one, like a Piccolo or the Roshi the Draws or Whis or something. 2 costs are your self-awakeners, Hit, which is a phenomenal card, and Caulifla, critical, on play, take a life. 3 costs are the Gohan that you will be cheating out with your leader's ability. Basically, he gets plus 5k when you play him, so he's 25k, and when he attacks, he grabs your card from the life and you minus something. I am also running these guys, so the reason why is mostly because I love them. I absolutely love this card. It's another self-awakener in the free cost slot, It doesn't have combo power, but it can blow up a blocker, for example. So I love this card. It's my favorite card in red, so I'm completely biased when I put it in. But I'm thinking like, okay, if I can, I will squeeze it in somewhere. Then 3 copies of the critical Goku, just 25k crit. That's it. When you pay 1 energy for it, that's amazing. And we also have this, oh look, they switched places. Yeah, you can do that on Deck Planet. We also have this Kefla. 4 copies, free cost 20k. If your leader is awake and draw 1, and it's 10k combo. So worst case, you have nothing else to play. You play her with the leader ability or something and you draw 1. Or you just combo her away. She's 10k combo. So you don't really lose much by running her. Then we get to the combo, which is of course 4 copies of the android and 4 copies of Kefla. You absolutely must run this. You have to run this combo. Then for the late game we have 3 copies of Ribrianne, which is just a 20k double striker, but she also gives plus 10k combo power, which is amazing. And you're also running 2 copies of the Gohan, which is a 40k. So, and 5k combo power. So for 1 energy 40k, very solid. Definitely very solid. Super combo is 4 copies of Ribrianne. And then we get to our extra cards. Now I'm not completely sold on extras here. I'm not sure what to include. But I figured, hey, 2 copies of Clash of the Strongest is okay. If you manage to get board advantage, you just buff everything by plus 10k for the turn. Like that's an insane buff once you get to cheat your cards out. Let's say if you have 2 cards already out and you use your leader's ability to cheat out the 3rd one, and you use to your opponent is on low lives, you use to give all of them plus 10, that's already a lot of value. That's basically for each one of them, that's 1 card more in your hand technically, because you're not comboing from hand to get the 10k. It is pretty solid, especially when you can get some of your attackers a bit higher. And one of these, now why saved by the barrier? Only for one specific reason. On your opponent's turn for 1 energy, you choose one of your battle cards and you give it plus 20k for the battle. Then if the chosen card is a battle card, that card can be KO'd in battle for the turn. It's just for the yellow matchup. Just in case that Frieza or Cooler, well, not gonna say Ginyu, that deck doesn't exist, plays a cheeky rest an android, and I'm going to attack into it now, and has things to dump from hand, you can just say like, okay, pay 1 saved by the barrier, and just protect it, and now it can be KO'd by skills, it can, of battle cards, it can be KO'd in battle, so you just have your big guy down who's going to be buffing your leader. Like that's just one tech inclusion, like just in case it happens. Before we end the video, let's quickly jump into the summary. So the new red Tournament of Power Goku looks insanely good. Insanely good. The gameplay is really simple and exceptionally strong once it gets going. Like once you establish your board, once you get your Kefla and Android out and your leader has awakened, this deck is terrifying. You will have to drop to 3 lives, which can be a bit scary because you're just on 3, you can die randomly, but your Android 17 will help you defend. So 25k baseline is still not the easiest to push through. The deck is gonna be very expensive to build on the digital client. It is running a bunch of SRs in it. It's running like 12 at least from the new set. And then you need 4 hits, so that's already 20 SRs, and then you might play SSB Goku, so that's like 23 SRs. And that's without the SER, if you choose to run it, of course. So it's gonna be very expensive to build on the digital client. But overall, it's a very strong deck. I think it's gonna be tier 1, and I recommend trying it out. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below. Are you hyped to play Tournament of Power Goku? Is this gonna be your next main deck? Do you think this deck is actually trash? Do you think complete opposite from me? Let me know in the comments. I read all of your comments. I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. And huge congratulations to the lucky winner of the last giveaway. Congrats, you won 2 digital pack codes. Reach out to me either on Facebook, on the Lookout, or on Discord. My tag is in the description below. And everyone else, you have another chance to win 2 digital pack codes. All you got to do is be a subscriber, leave a like, and like the video and leave a comment. And then at the end of the next Fusion World video, coming out tomorrow, I think, which is gonna be the Zamasu one, I'm going to be picking the winner of this video's giveaway. And while you're here, share the video around. It helps out other players. Hit those like and subscribe buttons, help us get to 6k subs when I'm gonna give away a box of codes. This has been Damien from the Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.